Evening all, and welcome back to episode 11 of season 7 of Factory Town, where we're doing well. Things are going slowly, getting on with it. Things seem okay. We're getting some blue coins, getting some red coins in, and everything's just working pretty well. We upgraded the base last episode, so we have access to new things. Yeah, it just all seems to be working, which I know is jinxing it completely, but it's fine. One thing I would like to say is, Robin, thank you very much for pointing out something that I completely missed and didn't even think about. We found down here, I think it was. Nope. We found a trade post here. A wonderful trade post here that has got some really good trades. I mean, sugar for wood is okay. Fish stew for gears, not really. Gears are easy to make. But Dragon Punch for stamina spellbooks is fantastic. Very fantastic thing, because it's just very few inputs and you don't have to do magic or anything like that. But something that I completely missed here is that stamina spellbooks can be used for research, and this is what Robin pointed out in the last episode. If we go over to our school and we mouse over the writing gears, you see here it says paper is 1, which is what we're currently using. Books are 10, enchanted books are 20. Any of the magic books, strength, stamina, cure, or protection, are 50 a go. So that's what we're going to do. That is most definitely what we are going to do. Thank you very much for pointing that out. I completely missed it. That's what it could be used for. So that's dead helpful. So what do we need to do that? Well, we need to produce Dragon Punch, which is something I've never made in the game. This is a new thing that was added in when the resource patch was brought out. So the change to the resource, I should say. So you need dragon fruit, you need berry juice, and you need apple juice. Well, that's doable. We just need some apple trees, we need some berries, and we need some dragon fruit. We have dragon fruit somewhere. No, hang on. Don't have dragon fruit somewhere, do we? I don't think we've seen the dragon fruit yet. We can plant it anyway, that's not a problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy these 2 bits of land over here, because you never know. You never know. We might find something that's useful. We've got some cotton and some more cotton. That's not really what we wanted. And we got some more cotton. So, no, not really. So I suppose here we will do our little setup to get ourselves some Dragon Punch, and then the Dragon Punch can be used to go into the schoolhouse, and the schoolhouse will then have basically infinite books, which is exactly what we want. I'm going to what do we want here? We definitely want deep mining. Deep mining will be useful fairly quickly, but I'm going to do fluid pipes. Basically I just want to burn up all the trees that this has got, and let it use up some of the stuff it's got. So, and you can not trick this, but you can buffer the schoolhouse as well if you have some paper. See, this is burning along nicely, and it's getting it's going along, and it's using 2 writing supplies a go. Well, if you want to fill up the writing supplies inside the school, it doesn't do it when there isn't a research running. But if there is a research running and you even put the workers down to 0, it will continue to fill the school. We could happily empty all the paper from here into the school to buffer it up, and then turn this back on again to get it going. And that just clears out stuff that's over here, because we no longer need the forester. Well, we will need the forester. We will need the forester. We'll have to take the forest over here. So what do we want to do here? We want Dragon Punch. Dragon Punch is made in a kitchen, so let's start with that. Kitchen. And we'll put the kitchen right smack bang there, and we will run a cloth conveyor belt up the ways. I don't think that's going to work. Nope, I don't think that's going to work. I think that's a little too steep for it. So what we need to do is we need to let's just build a slope for it. Let's just build a slope, a wooden ramp. Boom. And block, ramp, and we'll put a wooden block there. Okay. There we go. Then we can put some cloth up there. Building is blocked. Huh? Oh, really? Okay. So it's not wooden ramps, it's going to be a scaffold ramp, is it? Is that what you're saying the problem is there? Yeah, it's going to be a scaffold ramp. Okay, right, fair enough. Fair enough, that's alright. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. You're going to be doing Dragon Punch. And Dragon Punch requires berry juice and apple juice, so I think we're going to do that here as well. So let's just go for the top. Apple juice, berry juice, Dragon Punch. So it makes all three things in itself. There we go. So we just need to supply it with apples, berries, and dragon fruit. Okay. That sounds simple enough. So, now here's a question. Do we have any apple? We have apple trees there. Right, I was just looking at the affinity for tree. See here, so the affinity is 4 times down the bottom was the same as apple tree. It's not. It's a different thing. Because I was going to chop down these trees and put the apples there, but that's not going to work. Not going to work. So what we need instead is we need a farm and a forester. So let us copy a farm. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Come over here. The farm's going to go, I think, there. I think of somewhere where we've got plenty of... We don't really need a lot of space for this, to be honest with you. Because 2 apples in 3 seconds. 2 berries in 3 seconds. So... and then you need 1 dragon fruit every 4 seconds. So we don't need a great deal of things for this, actually. So I can remove these trees. And we're going to put this here. And we're going to say, we'll tick the auto one and see whether this actually works now. We want dragon fruit. Can I only place on a tree planter? Oh, is dragon fruit harvested by a tree? Is that... Cactus fruit is a farm. Right, okay, so the farm only does berries. Okie dokie. Right. So in that case, we're going to put the farm over here. Then we're going to grab a forester. We've got one over here, so we're going to yoink this one. Grab. And we're going to put the forester there. Then you want to be berries, and you don't need many berries. So what we'll do is we will say, where's the affinity for the trees? Oh. It does start there. Just that it has to wear down the affinity for trees before it can grow anything else. But then I think we're fine. Doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plant a little 3x3 patch just there. We then need tree planters. Now to plant trees, you're required to put down a tree planter. A tree planter requires fertilizer. And essentially a tree planter is like a farm tile. Just for trees instead. So that's what we're going to do there. And then we're going to put down dragon fruit over here. We're going to put down apple trees over here, like I say. Awesome. And then you, for some bizarre reason, are just going to set yourself to wood. I don't know why that auto manage isn't working anymore. It's very strange. I think it does work when we actually get items. You know, when there is actually a tree available, it will work. But right now there is nothing it can gather. So it doesn't. It just doesn't. Okay, so you can come down there. You're going to come out there, and you're going to come out there. But you want to have one of those. Face that way. You are going to be dragon fruit, and you are going to be apples. And that should be it. That should be it. When that grows, hopefully that'll be enough to keep it going. If we see anything lacking, we have plenty of space behind. We can build more things, so that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to smooth out the terrain here. Nope, the terrain. Okay, we'll smooth out the terrain there. We'll smooth it out a bit further. There we go. And then we will grab our... we no longer need that. Or this. No longer need... Oh, I deleted something then. That was obviously... Oh well. Oh well, not a problem. There we go. Right, we no longer need that. So let's grab the schoolhouse. Put the schoolhouse up here, like so. Oh, I did want the silo. Do I want a silo or do I want to... But I think I might want a barn for this. And I am cutting into the farms area, but we could always move the farm up by one. It wouldn't be a problem. If we need more berries, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to need here. Hey, there we go. Fluid pipes unlocked. Awesome. They are quite useful. I think we'll just go for a silo for the time being. This has got 50 storage in it as well, so yield output there. And what I want to do is I want to put in a I'll just put in one of those and then turn it around. What I'm doing there is I'm basically just grabbing the conveyor belts. If you have it at coming across a building, it won't put the grabber in. If you turn it so it pulls directly out of the building, it will. And then I just rotate the conveyor belt again to do that way so that it's always flowing upwards. Otherwise it will get confused. But this needs to be drag and punch because otherwise it would output the other two. And we don't want that. Yeah, so you'll output drag and punch into there. You'll output stamina spellbooks into there and then into there. Which is exactly what we want, which is awesome. So that should get going whenever these things grow. They take a little while. It's fine. Unfortunately, this has wood affinity, so when these grow, they won't pop up. And having a smaller amount means you get affinity faster. So it's kind of a toss-up between having a mass field to get the items you want, or having a smaller field and hoping they grow quicker. So, yeah. That dropped the wood affinity by 1%, so these ones will catch on faster than the rest, but that's not a problem. You're getting 1 every 2 seconds. You want 2 every 3 seconds, so you need double speed, at least double speed. And you want 2 every 3 seconds and 1 every 4 seconds, and you're going to get 1 every 4 seconds and 1 every 2 seconds. So you need to go up to like 4 speed because you're technically doing 2 items at once. You'll actually fill up on the belt. The belt isn't fast enough for that. That's fine. That's fine. This would all back up anyway, and I could put in some silos for mid-range storage if I need to. So, you know, if we need storage, but then we might not because this is getting to the point of it's used up all the berries. So we'll see how it goes. Dragon fruit grows very slowly. Seems like apples grow very slowly. But that's all good. That's all good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, oh, excuse me. Another thing that Robin asked was about the new chute system. It's not a new chute system, it's just an improvement on the current chute system. Right now, if you run a chute and then run a chute through it, you get a cross. You get this cross section here, which isn't really useful. So the way you would have to do it previously was you'd have to run the chute up and go that way, and then up and come this way for it to work. So that could go left and right if it wants to. You know, if you had stuff going up here, you could go left or right there. However, now, if you run a chute into the edge, see it changes to the little T-junction icon? If you just run it into the chute and then let go, it becomes a T-junction automatically. It doesn't become the cross like that. It automatically goes left and right. So It's a very good improvement. It's very easy. I mean, I'm so used to just doing the whole the drag and go left and drag and go right thing, but it is a very good improvement for those that weren't sure of how it works. I mean, if you try and run a chute into it and then it just does that, anything coming up here will just come along and stop and won't go left and right. And if you also have things like a splitter, say you've done this all and put a splitter on top, you might not even see that you've made a mistake there. It's quite difficult to see it underneath. So yeah, it's a very nice just addition to have the ability to just drag it into there and it becomes a T-junction. If you don't want it to become a T-junction, want it to only go one way, just carry on dragging and it will convert to whatever it needs to. So that will only go to the right, and vice versa, that will only go to the left. Or if you drag straight over, it will go straight over and it won't connect to it. So you have options there. You do have options there. No, it won't. It doesn't create the weird crossroads thing. But then you'd never really want to do that anyway. So, but if you wanted to go left and right and straight forward, you could run it into the T-junction and then run it straight through, and that just adds on to it. So it will go left, right, and straight on there. It's a little difficult to see. I don't know if it shows up on YouTube, but you can just see right here there are little angle parts. That means that the chute connects to the left and to the right, but the top chute doesn't connect left and right. It only connects straight because the angle parts aren't there. So that means there is no corner. It's much easier to see on rails. We have rails, don't we? Rails and chutes, they look different, but they do work sort of the same way for minecarts. So. And I think this is the same as well. I think this does, yeah, this auto connects with the rail system. You see here, if a minecart comes up here, same as a chute, if an item comes up a chute, this is exactly the same principle. Oh, excuse me. If it comes up here, it can turn left and it can turn right, because this rail connects it to the right and this rail connects it to the left. So it can do that. It can happily move left, right, or whichever way it wants to go. If we then run a train straight through, it can also run straight through, that's fine. But a train that comes down here, or an item that comes down the chute, could not turn left and right because there is no connection for it. It only, if I just follow this right-hand rail here, it goes up, and it turns, and goes that way, goes left. See that corner there? But when you're coming down, there is no turning. There isn't a bit here, so it can only go straight on. It is a little complicated to look at, but it's very easy once you get your head around just seeing those little bits there. Same here. If you see those little bits here and the little crosses here, that means that this chute goes left and this chute goes right, because you've got a cross here, a line. We look at the left edge of this one. The left edge comes up and it turns and goes that way, or it goes straight on. And the right edge comes up and it turns and goes that way and goes straight on. If you're coming down, it doesn't turn. There's no way for it to turn this way. It only goes straight on. So that would be useful in a scenario where you want, say you've got three inputs. You've got something up here inputting, you've got something along here inputting, something like that, and they all want to go onto one chute. That would cause all of it to go straight down. It would also actually cause them to go straight across as well. You need to build a different style thing for that. You have to build that sort of thing for it, which is slightly different, but yeah, that's how it works. The T-junction, essentially, the modification is that if you run into a straight chute, it will add left and right automatically. And it's one of those things that when you come to use it a few times, you'll be like, oh yeah, that's how it works. And it's, if you're staring at it going, huh? Or I get that, I understand it, stop explaining it. But some people may not. Some people may not understand it. So, you know, it's easy enough to explain. Let's give you a road. You've been running backwards and forwards for a very long time without a road. Okay, so we're getting plenty of blue coins in, getting plenty of red coins in. Everything is working fantastically. How is this going? This is still not going right. So you've just suddenly gone, no, I have no pans. Why? Why did you do that? Why does your auto manage just not work? I don't get it. I don't get it. There we go. Okay. Apple and dragon fruit, please. I'm sure I tick both of those. There's something weird going on with those. I don't know what it is, but there we go. Okay, so we're now getting apples and dragon fruit and other bits and pieces. We're making dragon punch. Here comes our first glass of dragon punch. Up we go. Into there. Instantly becomes a book. Book instantly goes to school. There's 50 research, which is much better than the paper we were doing, which was 1 research. So, awesome. Thank you for pointing that out, Robin. Very, very helpful. Okay. Okay, what's next? What's next? So, we are doing pretty well. We are doing pretty well. I suppose what we want to do is want to get our happiness higher, because people want to be happier. Let's click our little supply system down here and see. So grains, we need to double our grain supply. We need to double our grain supply coming in. We also need to figure out a better way of distributing goods, because right now it's not really going very quickly. We're having carts and things come in. I kind of want to get railways going for that. Do we have... Did we get the train station? We did not. Where's the train station? Hidden behind steam locomotive. And where is steam locomotive hidden behind? Steam power. And steam power is there. Okay. We could have a look at trains. Get that going. Could be interesting to try. We've still got loads of stuff going on down here. I also want to improve our blue coin input, dramatically improve our blue coin input, which we can do without it. So I think I'm going to say, would you do steam power for me? So we can get steam engines, and then behind steam engines we can get the steam locomotive. Then we get rail freight cars. It's quite a long chain to get to it, research chain to get to it, but it's very good. Either way, look, one book is hitting 50 goes. So that's 1 book every 8, 16, 24, 32, 48, almost 5 and a bit researches. It's just 1 book, which is just, this is awesome. This is awesome. Fantastic. Struggling for apple juice. That's not a problem. That's just just going to take a bit of time. I think I'm going to drop it down to 2 again. Okay. Okay. So, whilst that's going, let's have a look at increasing our blue coin input. And to do that, I want to convert remedies, which we have here. I'm going to upgrade you again. That now stores 600. I've got remedies to antidotes. We're going to do that down here. So, how do we do that? Well, we need the medical hut. There is the medicine hut. Sorry, the medicine hut. Oh, there we go. There's medicine hut. And to make antidotes, we need remedies, which we have. We need fish oil, which we can get. And we need sugar, which we can also get. And red coins. Red coins we're getting in there. So, boom. Let's tick that there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you, say, here. And we're going to get a barn. Don't know where. The barn can sit right there on the edge. And the medical hut can actually just sit there. That. We will go, hey, would you output to there? Thank you very much. Okay. So. I'm thinking we change one of these caravans for time. We could just run the stuff down with a belt. That would work. But I'm going to change one of these caravans to go, hey, would you take remedies and drop it off in the medical hut? Which, medicine hut. Which only takes 20 of them, but that's fine. Because we'll be okay with that. We also need fish oil. So we don't have a fishery. Fishery is hidden behind fishery research. We didn't do the fishery research, did we not? Okay, that was the wrong button. Let's also do fishery. We don't have. We didn't do boat building. Ah no. Oh no, we're missing all the things. Missing early stage stuff. Early stage. I think I'm going to research everything that uses red coins. Because that should put us where we are. We kind of jumped ahead to the blue stage. We should really still be on the red coin stage. But berry juice. Berry. Yeah, you're doing okay. Might need some more berries at some point, but they're increasing their efficiency as they go. So, so we need a fishery, and what a fishery does is basically you could tell a worker to come and grab this fish, and he will happily grab the fish and go off and do whatever. Or you can get a fishery to do it. Put a fishery in some water, and it will produce fish for you. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. What I want to do is I'll drop that down. Level out a little bit of an area here. Again, I don't want to go mad on the whole leveling of the areas, just a little bit. So I'll put a fishery on the bank here. You can put fisheries completely in water as well. It would happily sit in the water. And then a fishery uses a kitchen, or the fish, I should say, get converted in a kitchen to be fish oil. Oh, it used to be in a kitchen. Is it no longer? Is it in the medicine hut now? Yes, yeah, it's in the medicine hut now. Okay, okay, didn't know that. We can put it on in one medicine hut. I don't know if I want to do that. Slowing our production down, and these already take 10 seconds. And no, we're going to have a second medical hut, or third medical hut, technically. And you're going to do fish oil. And fish oil just takes fish and red coins and makes fish oil. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then you will output there. Thank you very much. Once you've got your stuff going on there, and then we need sugar. We need sugar. One sugar every 10 seconds, which is really not a lot. So let's just put down a farm. Like here. I think, yeah, we'll put down a farm here. I'll move this road over. And you can have sugar. Sugar. Let's be surrounded by sugar. Oh, and we can do something here. If I pause this. Yes, this would work. This would work here. So, I'm going to run another belt into here. And providing we have the item that I want, let me double check before I go off on one. Yes, we have the merger. Awesome. So, what would happen here is if the medicine hut outputted fish oil, it would come along here to this conveyor belt here and go into the medicine hut, which is fine. And then if this produces sugar, or when it produces sugar, I should say, it would do the same. Come along, go down there. But if they were producing at exactly the same time, that wouldn't be a problem. Change you over to be sugar. It wouldn't be a problem because you'd produce one sugar and you'd produce one fish oil. And it would go one from here, one from there, one from here, one from here. That's fine. But this takes 6 seconds to produce and this takes 4 seconds to produce, which means we're going to get more sugar than we are fish oil. Which means this will fill up on sugar. And then because the line will back up, there'll be nowhere to get fish oil in here and everything will come to a stop. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So you can use an item or in logistics, advanced logistics, called a merger. A merger is the opposite to a splitter. A splitter takes an item in, so if I put a splitter down, a splitter takes an item in from that side there. You can rotate it any way you want, it's fine. And will then send one left, one right, one straight on. And then the next 3 it gets, it go one left, one right, one straight on. If there are paths, if there's just left and right, it will go left and right. It basically distributes them, it splits them. That's what it says on the tin. The merger is the same. It takes items in and lets them go out this way. But it only takes in a certain amount of items. You can set the input ratio up here in the top right. So you can say, take one from the, let's see here. So, oh, I can't move my camera around. Turn the camera like that. Boom. So these line up. So this will take one from the top and push it that way. Then it won't let any more from the top because it's only allowed one. It will then take one from behind and push it that way. It will then take one from the bottom and push it that way. And I'm just saying top, behind and bottom because that lines up with how the arrows look there. Obviously, it's just how... The easiest way I found to do this sort of thing is to make the camera line up with the icons and then you know exactly what's doing what where. But top, middle, bottom is relevant depending on where the camera's pointing, so it's just a reference. So we want one from the top and one from the bottom, but none from behind because we have no input from behind. So we'll just set the behind input to 0. Like that. And now what this merger will do is when an item comes from below or above, or well, let's say above, it will do right, one item from above. You go. It will then stop all other items moving until that item's gone through. Then it will do one from the bottom. You go. Then it will stop all the items again and go one from the top again, meaning we get one of each. One top, one bottom, one top. So one fish oil, one sugar. And it blocks anything else coming through, so you won't end up blocking this chain, this conveyor belt here, because this requires one fish oil and one sugar. If it needed 2 fish oil and 1 sugar, you could say, hey, well, give me 2 fish oil and then 1 sugar, and that would balance the line as well. You could just run 2 belts here. That's completely viable as well. It's just, you know, the merger's there. I like to use it. So let's unpause this, and none of this will get going just yet because these need to grow, and they're going to take a really long time. And we need a fishery to grow there, and that's going to take a really long time. But basically, this is it. This is all we need. So I'm going to set this to be antidotes. Hidden away somewhere. Where is the antidote? There's the antidote. Boom. There. And antidotes sell for 14 coins, whereas remedies sell 4 coins. So by adding this little bit to it, and we need a fishery as well, we will increase by 10 coins, which is quite cool. We will be using some red coins. We're using 2 here for that and 2 for the fishery, so that's going to be a bit of a not problem, but it's going to be a thing. And I'm going to say, hey, would you take remedies to there? Sorry, antidotes there. And you won't, because you have no antidotes. But right now, this caravan's going to go backwards and forwards, dropping off goods in here. That should be fast enough to keep up with it. So that should work absolutely perfectly, which would be awesome. And we will have our steam power and boat building done very soon. Let's throw up more people in here and yeah, there we go. Dragon fruit has lots, has 17 on a go. Apple only has 17 on a go as well. But we're using twice the amount of apples. So maybe we need twice the amount of apples. Yeah, I think we need more apples to balance this out. So let's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 7, 8, 9. There we go. No, I don't want a tree planter. I don't want a tree planter. I want an apple tree. Yep. There we go. And we also might need to look at berries, but I think berries, mind you, there's only 7 in the yield for the berries, so we might have to increase our berry farm as well. And unfortunately that has, over there has yield for trees, but I don't know what, we're just gonna do that. There we go. We get loads more berries in. I suppose it's better to have more than not enough. Okay, so here's steam power done. Awesome, awesome. We've unlocked the steam generator, which is an interesting building, which we will come to next episode because we're kind of running out of time here. But we'll have boat building done in just a moment, which is awesome. Boom, and boom, there is boat building. Awesome. That gives us research available fishery, which is what we want, and boats as well. Boats are just like wagons or caravans. Well, a fishing boat is a fishing boat. It grabs fish and brings them to a dock or a storage on the shore, I should say. A cargo boat is just like a caravan. It can pick up, I think, 80 items. It's quite large, and transport them over water, which is always useful. But we want the fishery because the fishery is going to be easy to do. So we'll start fishery. I do also want to do steam engine, steam locomotive. Didn't mean to that. We'll get that going, and we'll come back next time, and we will finish off our fishery up here, and get everything going and doing the thing that it's doing, and there can be much rejoicing, much happiness. In fact, do you know what we can do? We can do that. We can build a worker, a fishing boat, because they just require a little bit of iron. We can go, hey, would you take this fish? Would you take this fish and drop it in there? Because you can. And he'll pick up 8 fish and drop it in there. And it's pretty quick as well. Very, very, very quick. So, yeah, there we go. So now we can get our fish oil in. And you'll see here what I mean by this. This lets one go by and then should stop. Yep, it stopped all the others because it needs some sugar. And we'll get some sugar in a moment. So we'll hold on just for another minute. Got a little bit over the half an hour mark that I usually aim for, but... Bump, 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 bump. There we go. Sugar. Okay, and we can see how the merger works here. See, so it's going to let one sugar through, and then one fish oil, one sugar, one fish oil. So it just lets one through at a time, which is exactly what we need. And then eventually this will fill up and back up, but when it backs up, it will have one fish oil, one sugar, one fish oil, and then one sugar on that three bit there. So one fish oil, one sugar, one fish oil, but or whichever way around. But it will back it up evenly, so we get one of each. And here we go. Here we go. Oh, pause. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. There you are. Okay, let's have a look at our houses. Boom. 14. You were the first person to gain an antidote. Congratulations. You were the first person to get an antidote. There we go. Yay. You have an antidote. I hope you feel better. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So next time we'll upgrade this to a fishery rather than a fishing boat. Because fisheries produce fish from just water, whereas fishing boats actually use up the resource of fish. We've got plenty there at the moment, so we don't have to worry about it, but yeah. Okay, so that's where we'll leave it, and we'll come back next time and carry on. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.